A beautiful bunch, a ripe banana. Daylight come and me one go home. Have you ever experienced a 57 bagger? Well, that's what that trade turned out to be. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you're going to miss out on those 57 baggers when you're selling into the move. But you know what? You can't complain, but you can complain, which is sick. I only made 8 times my money and I'm miserable about it. Think about that. Think about that. Think about this, my friends out there in the world of trading. Hi, my name's Kenny Glick. Today, you might not realize, but was the best trading day in the last 37 years. That's right. We had a 57 bagger. You know what that means? That's 57 times your money. And it's not like I just went out and said, "Oh, let's go find something that happened and talk about it." No, we were in. Did I make 57 times my money? No. But we made, well over 10 times our money. We bought the options at 4 cents and 6 cents, right? Most of them at 6. So let's just call it 6. I threw some out there at 8 just to see if anybody was buying them. Bang, I got done at 8. Threw some out there at 12. Bang, sold some at 12. Threw some out there at 21. Bang, got done. Then I stopped selling. And then they got to 36, and then they got to 50, sold at 50. And at 50, think about it. I'm in at 6. That's about 10 times your money, right? Then they go to $1, right? Think about it. If you're in from 5 and they're at $1, it's 20 times, 2,000%, right? And once they got to $1, I was like, all right, sell here. We'll put a stop in the middle. And we got out at 60 cents. So 1,200% on your money. They wound up going to 250. And what makes me sick, it hurts my feelings. That was just one trade, by the way. There was 19 individual names today that you could have not done 57 baggers, but close. Close. And I'm this is why I'm saying that if you think you missed something, you haven't missed a thing. There's another opportunity. And the hardest part of day trading is you look back and the woulda, coulda, shouldas, or worse, the trades you lost money on 2 days later that didn't have to be losses. I know, I get it. I get all of that, right? But if you watch my videos this week, I basically spoon fed you where we were going. Here is what's going to happen. Well, here it is. We're going to go to this level when this breaks. We went to every single one of those levels, and I thought they would leave something on the table, but we're done now because we got to where I thought we were going to go maybe next week, and we already did it. So where's my friend? So the NVIDIA guy, remember that whole thing when you said 900%? It took NVIDIA 5 years to go up 900%. That's a 9 bagger. We had a 57 bagger. Now, again, the reason it hurts is that my plan was to buy them at the open and sell them at the close. Now, again, I would have got stopped out now, but when seeing them up there at $2, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It does. I'm not going to fuck with you. So, and here's the thing. Like I said, and here's where my man out there, maybe we got to give you a shot. Maybe. I don't know if I could allow anybody to trade for me anymore after what's been done, right? You'd have to actually agree to be physically harmed at this point. That's the only time I would agree to let anybody trade my account anymore. If you agree that we could come to your house and physically beat your ass if you fuck up, maybe I'll give you a shot. I'm being as real as I can be. After this last person ripped my heart out of my chest and set my heart on fire and then pissed on it and then made fun of me to all my friends, I don't know if I could take it anymore because I'm still not fully emotionally recovered from what the last person did. Not only did they fuck up my account, it was as if they tried to fuck it up, then told me it was my fault that I didn't give them the proper education or instruction on what to do. And even in that moment right there, I'm like, okay, so if you didn't know what to do, then why were you placing trades in my account? You moron. Anyway, but today was that day where if I had just two capable assistants who focused on the trades at hand, Q short, UVXY, Gap, Dell, ZS, Zim, Viking. What was the other one that was pretty absolutely insane? Costco and the S. And we would have had all those trades. We're talking about a $1 million day. And I don't know how I would feel after making $1 million on a day, but I'd feel pretty good about myself, right? Most I've had, what was my biggest day? I think of it 127, 125. And I should have made a half a mil that day too. But sick. It is absolutely incredible what's going on. And the next time you hear somebody talk about zero date options being the devil, I'm the devil then. Because it's the greatest trade ever. It allows you to trade $300 stocks, $400 stocks for pennies on the dollar. It's awesome. I got to tell you, there was a lot of great trades today, obviously. The gap coming back the way it did and then breaking new highs, that trade exemplifies everything I'm always trying to tell you and why I don't do alerts and why I'd rather teach you how to trade. Because if you heard me chirping this morning, gap short, gap short, gap short, you said, oh, Kenny's shorting gap, and you shorted gap, you might have got your ass kicked and then some. And then you'll come to us and you'll be like, oh, that gap short didn't work. And then I show you my trade. I'm like, sure did. We shorted 27.50 and covered at 27 and 26.50 and 26 and some at 25.50. And then you broke back over the VWAP. And then the trade was actually became a massive long. GPS, phenomenal stuff. I'm going to try to show you my trades. You guys here? Tell me if this breaks the screen again. Am I frozen? Did they freeze me again? I thought they had it figured out. It was working well yesterday. Can anybody see me? Can anybody hear me? Is this thing on? Am I here? I'm queer. We don't want any more bears. You see me? All right, so then I'll show you this gap trade while I got you here. So obviously, you know I love shorting stocks that report earnings that break VWAP, right? So here's where I woke up. It was already below the VWAP. Then it faux showed and broed. If anything, it was a long. But I'm sitting there going, all right, give me a reason. So here's the 930. Here's 930, the open. And you immediately started tanking. And I didn't even catch it at the beginning. I caught it when it just the first time it broke down under the 27, was it 2690? 2694, 2690. Right here. Boom. Bang. And then before I got done complaining that I should have held some, I'm being stopped out at the 26 and I should have went long, dipping and ripping while the market was rolling. So let me show you the sickest trade in the history of this website as far as some of you guys are concerned, because we haven't had over a 50 bagger in quite some time. The record for my website, and again, I'm sure I could go out there hunting for an example to show you, but I'm not cherry picking. I'm showing you this. This was the trade we were actually in. This is so sick. The 445 puts was the lotto play. Okay, first we went and we bought the 450s for 85 cents, right? That was because you want to buy at the money just in case you only move a couple of points, and then you put the lotto on just in case you get what you thought you were going to get, which is a 6 or 7 point move to 445. So here, the 450s, it's the same exact trade. Market starts to rally, right? Now, again, this is the opposite of what I'm saying. So the market starts to rally, the puts go down, and then we got the roll, the finger of God. So here, I'll show it to you on the screen so you can visualize it. When this is why I was saying last night, you want to see the market go up first, because when you go up first, the turn, which is the knuckle of the finger, and then you go F5 hurricane, the finger of God. I stole that from Twister, the F5 hurricane. It's like a finger pointing down, and then it's ripping your mobile home apart. So the finger, the rollovers, right? The rollovers add fear because the bulls are going up. Now they're just buying on dip. The roll gets the bulls to rethink, and then it starts to roll and break lows. The bears get encouraged. And then, of course, VWAP, you got algorithms, and then you broke the pre-market lows. The game was afoot. So even if you missed the first move, which was the proper entry was, again, 451.11 when you broke the low of the day. VWAP break would have been your best trade, obviously. But again, only 87 cents away. It's a $450 thing. You're thinking it's going down 80 cents shouldn't deter you from getting in. But so as it rolls, look at what these options did. So you went 450s, bought the 450s at the VWAP. I caught them at 83 cents. Moron that I am, thinking 100% was good. I'm a seller. I'm in at 80. I'm selling 120. I'm selling 160. Patting myself on the back. And next thing you know, I'm thinking I'm getting stopped out. Bang. I'm selling them at 2. And then I get chopped. And then I'm out because I had the 445s. These went to $7. So if you're in from 70 cents, that's 1,000% right there on that one. But the lotto play, and the reason you call them lotto plays is the percentage gain is usually insane. So I went and I bought the ones that I thought we were going to go to. I'm going to probably get that tattooed on my chest. So then again, I don't want to remember it because I didn't make as much money as I should have. Look at that. So the same trade, it's a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Here's the 3 cents. Here's where I started to buy. I've got, I got 1 or 2 contracts at 4. Most of them were at 6. And then the dummy that I am, I just threw an offer out there at 8 for a couple, again, it's up a couple of contracts. 8. And then they got to 12. I sold some. They got up to 20. It was at 21. I was like, all right, cool, 21. And then I sold some more on the way down at 16. Right here, you're feeling good about yourself. You're in at 5 and 6 and you're doubling your money, right? Whatever. I thought we were going to go a lot further. That's why I wasn't selling them all. But then we ripped. This is the trade I was showing you. I got it 37. I sold some at 50. Starts to pull back. And I was going to use the 36 as my out. Never got out. Then they spiked again. I'm selling on the spike. We spike up to that, close to that $1. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. Sold some here. And then I put a stop at the double bottom. That's where I got kind of screwed. I sold here. I mean, if you're thinking making 1,000% of your money is screwed, in this case, it kind of was. But I'm a seller. And that's why I really hate people who talk about buying low and selling high. Nobody was in these contracts at $2.32. I mean, some people were. I'm not going to say nobody was. But the way I trade, I use risk management on every trade. And this was my mistake. I'll admit it. When we started to pull back, considering I was sitting with the fuck you lots, it didn't even matter. The idea was I was planning to just use 21 cents as my out and just say screw it. But then the money gets in the way. I'm like, ah, do I really want to sacrifice the $1,200? Nah, I'll take the 1,200. And that 1,200 turned into $22,000 an hour later. And I'm telling you, if we just would have chopped around a little bit more, I probably would have bought. My plan was to buy 1,000 because then I could have sold it. You know, didn't matter. I would have just thrown a couple of contracts here, a couple of contracts there. I probably would have been in some into the $1.50, $2 zone, but I only started with 100. But seriously, if you go back to the videos we were talking about, right? So we go back to those last videos, everything I was talking about started to line up. So when I talk about how you don't need to speculate or anticipate, you don't. So in this case, I had an idea, I was speculating, but I didn't put the trade on till today. So in theory, I wasn't speculating. I had my speculation, anticipation idea in my head, and then I let the market say, oh, I think I'm going to be right. Push button. Sick. Now look at this trade. And where's Chris? I didn't do this one. I stink. ZS, gapped up stock, breaks the VWAP. And, it's a casual 20-point pullback. Yeah, no big deal. 20 points. I didn't do that one. I didn't do the Dell. Not a bad short, even though I don't like shorting stocks that are gapped down. Breaks the VWAP, trails. Another casual 12-point trade. These guys just bought the stock. I'm not in this one either, but little VWAP break right there. Some Costco, some of the traders just bought that first VWAP break. It's at 697, made themselves, 4 or 5 points on that trade. Not bad. I mean, 4 points on an $800 stock doesn't do it for me. S was freaking awesome. Just getting annihilated. Stock capitulates, breaks the VWAP, $15, goes to 17. Look at these options. So if you were looking at the S options, so the S, you would have gone 15.50 because the 15s you would have been buying. Maybe you got 15. So let's say 15s. 15s at the VWAP. We're talking 40 cents. They went to $2. This is all one day. All one day. All on one day on stocks we hardly ever trade. I don't ever trade Costco or ZS or the Gap. You trade earnings on earnings day. And that's why there's always something to do. And that's why the industry again, that's why I'm so adamant, passionate about calling people out in this industry that try to sell you bullshit. Like anybody that tells you you need a scanner to find stocks to trade, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's already too many things to do. And listen, I've tried the scanners and they do spit out a whole bunch of ideas and you see them going by. You can't trade them all. I had 17 ideas today just based on companies that reported earnings and are in the news. And we haven't even mentioned Summit. How you doing? Fucking ripping in the aftermarket, crashing when the market opens up. Massive amounts of money to be made there. Hello. I mean, even the path trade, breaking yesterday's highs. You got paid on that, and then you could have hammered it back down. There's so many things to do on any given day. You don't need extra. And they want to sell you this stuff. But I didn't pay because I was helping the guy. They charged $600 a month for the scanner. Just the scanner. Give me the $600. I'll be your scanner. Speaking of that, have you met Scanman? coming soon to a stock market website. Oh, so are you seriously asking that question? Just companies that reported earnings. I just trade earnings stocks. I just trade stocks that report earnings and Qs and UVXY. So Gap, Dell, ZS, Path yesterday, S. And if you want to get the easiest way to go, earningswhispers.com. Earnings with an S, whispers with an S, earningswhispers.com. Click calendar, and it shows you who's reporting. I mean, most websites do. Benzinga's pretty good at that. StockTwits has the earnings. And all I do is I watch stocks that report earnings the night before and whoever reports in the morning. Obviously, Friday mornings is no earnings. But earnings whispers, and why I like it is that they break it down in market cap. So usually the top 15 or the top 5 on the list are where we're going to go. And then you just watch the VWAP and the ranges and all that stuff. Come join the website. That's what I was getting to. Join the website. I'll show you how to do this. And then it's just getting into the groove. And every once in a while, you have a day where I'm just right about everything. And it's something I'm actually impressed today about myself. You know, I was freaking dead on this week. I mean, looking at the trade, I mean, it's shameful. I only made, I don't know, 4 grand maybe. I roughly left about $250,000 on the table today. So it's pretty shocking in a way. But you know what? This kind of hurts. This kind of stings because I should have milked that Q short a little bit better. But there's going to be another one. I didn't think Kava was going to be a 17 bagger 2 days ago. I mean, we've had some sick trades. It's just amazing. So much going on. And then even this UVXY, when it was hitting 28, I didn't do this trade either, Chris. But UVXY usually falls apart. But I got convinced that, maybe we're not going to give it back today. But then we had the blow off top. You could have bought a $27 put. They were at 5 cents. And now they're at 35 cents. I mean, there's trades everywhere. And these are the ones that we were watching. Again, like I said, I could go out there and just say, hey, look at that option. It was 2 cents at the beginning of the day. And now it's at $3. Oh, you could have made 600% on your money. I'm talking about trades that we were actually talking about and in. This is crazy. I don't think this day's done yet. The market, I still think we're going down more on Monday on the Qs. I think we got another 7 points to go on the downside. I'm going to probably stay short the Qs themselves, so I don't have to worry about expiration or time or beta, theta, iota, lambda, omega, moos. I'm just going to stay short the Qs. Hey, all that rhymed just now. You see that? All right. Well, we just got to a very crucial level. That was the breakdown level from earlier. I'm going to stay short the Qs over the weekend unless they're over 447 today. Yep, 447. It's the only way I'm getting out. And my one loss, you witnessed it while I was on live. My one loss today was what? Caesar short. Because I just threw a short out there because I just figured, fuck Carl Icahn, right? And I got hammered. I actually made some of that money back later, but that's my one loss. Non-VWAP, no range breaks. I just soared ripping by, and I was like, I'm shorting this thing. Lost. Just don't do trades that you're, again, you follow the rules. And there's rules. There's rules to this shit. Thanks. All right, I gotta go actually because it's prom weekend. I gotta make sure my wife. I have one of those Darts. I'm gonna have to dart my wife later, probably. But yeah, my daughter, my 18-year-old daughter, wearing a red dress to her prom. Ugh. I don't like one bit of it. But her date, very nice guy. The father's a deadhead, so that's good. But then they're going to Hunter Mountain. Nothing ever good happens in Hunter Mountain. I know. We used to go there when we lived in Brooklyn. They're going to Hunter Mountain, upstate New York. Nothing ever good happens in Hunter Mountain. And she's doing all the planning. Oh my God. So for the next 48 hours, we're on prom duty. And then I got my friend's 50th birthday party. And then we'll get together tomorrow for an hour or so. I'm going to review this trade. If anyone's interested, like I said, I don't normally sell anything on here, but if you're down, if you've been following along, if today was one of your first days, normally I charge, I think we're doing $430 a month, whatever it is. And I used to charge for the class. Now, if you show up tomorrow or tonight, send me an email. I'm doing this summer special. So basically all of June, all of July, and the class for $500. And, again, if you ever want to dip your toe in, and again, not to insult you, but if $500 is something that you can't swing, you're probably not in a position to trade the way we do anyway. But I got to tell you, for you small account guys, right? And I don't mean to insult you. It's tough to make money when you got $2,000 in an account. It is. But these last 3 days were the 3 days that you could have done it. Because most of the time when you hear, and again, remember, sales tactic, the salesmen know who to sell to, the get rich quick people. They love that stuff, right? People with small accounts think they're going to take the $2,000 and turn it into 100,000. And they're just waiting for someone to tell them how to do that. Right? It's virtually impossible. But I'm here to tell you, these last 3 days were those days. And it's not about the trade. It's about learning how to trade. Those trades find you. The home runs, you don't search for a home run, right? You don't search for a home run. They become home runs, right? You have some inkling. I had an inkling that we were going to 445 today. Buying a 445 for a nickel made a lot of sense, blah, blah, blah. But once you know what you're doing, the home runs find you. The harder you are looking for trades, those are the ones that don't work. Like that path trade. I wanted that trade to work so bad. I kind of blinded myself to thinking it was a good stock, and it obviously wasn't. But once you know what you're doing and you get the VWAP trades, and you understand the range breaks and pricing of the candlesticks, you're set for life, really. This is now going on 12 years. It's the same exact trade. Nothing's changed except me. I've changed. Because now I ain't fucking around anymore. I mean, I am fucking around, but I'm not fucking around. I'm really trying to only take these trades. Again, yesterday I traded a $2 stock. I don't usually trade it with that one, M something or other, whatever it was. I don't even know what it was. See, I mean, these $2 stocks, I don't normally trade the $2 stocks, but here, what was the one? What was the one we traded yesterday? Anybody? What's the deal? Talk to me. I'm the salesman here. Yeah. If you want to join right this second, it's $500. So you get basically the class I'm doing tomorrow, which is just going to be a short. I'll get another one in the next couple of months anyway. I do two. I usually do one every 6 months. Maxim, thank you. XM. What a weird coincidence. Looks like a buy right now. But yeah, we did all right. I mean, as long as it has volume, you could trade VWAP around. There it is. What was I saying? Oh, so normally, yeah. So $500, you get. So just think of it, these next 2 weeks is free. So more or less all of June, all of July, and sometime into August for $500. And then hopefully you'll decide you want to stay forever. And I'll give you a discount if you decide you want to pony up for the rest of the year or whatever. If you haven't noticed, I don't do much selling, right? That's my downfall. That's why I'm not a success. I keep forgetting. Like this video, subscribe. Ooh, fire graphics. I'm just me. I'm just me. It's just now. Oh, if you want, well, if you want, well, I was thinking for the summer. Just email me, call me, we'll talk about it. But tomorrow I'm doing a thing at 12 o'clock. That's what I'm saying. So if you want to join, I'm doing something tomorrow. Fireworks, crashing, graphics. All right, I'm going to go. I got to get out of here. Fun day. If we could bottle this day and relive it once a week, will be fantastic. No, we're like broken right now because I'm doing all these transitions. I wasn't even going to do this class, but I just want to go over some of this stuff with my members. Usually I do for 4 hours. I do a 4 hour, 5 hour. I'll do another one probably 6 weeks from now, right before I leave for I'm going away 4th of July weekend. Well, that's just the weekend, but no, it's not on the website. But if you're serious, just email me, thewarlock@hitthebid.com. I'll send you the info. I got to send you the private link because the website's all broken right now. We got a server problem, but I get you in the back door. I know people here. So I get you in the back door and yeah, send me an email. But I got to run. If anybody's interested, tomorrow at 12, I'm going to do it. And yeah, have a great weekend. And everybody, if you want to wish my daughter well, now's the time. Hopefully she doesn't do anything stupid, and hopefully I don't have to kill anybody. All right? The Warlock at hitthebid.com. I'll send you the info. My friends, it has been one hell of a week. Damn. One hell of a day. One hell of a 2 days. Just phenomenal stuff. All right, you guys, be safe.